In our previous video, we discussed how to factorize a simple quadratic expression such as x squared plus 10x plus 16, and the method was straightforward. We would begin by writing a pair of brackets with an x in each, and then find all the factor pairs of the constant term, in this case 16. We would then check which of these pairs added together to give the coefficient of the x term, which, in that example, was positive 10. The correct pair was 2 and 8 because 2 plus 8 equals 10. Finally, we would place these numbers into the brackets to get x plus 2 and x plus 8, which is the factorized form of that quadratic. In today's lesson, however, we are going to learn how to factorize more complex quadratics, where the coefficient of the x squared term is greater than 1, such as 2 or 3 or 4, and so on. To understand the process, let us work through the first example of factorizing 2x squared plus 9x plus 10. Just like before, we start by writing two brackets, but now we must place a 2 in front of one of the x terms because when the 2x is multiplied by the other x, we will get 2x squared. Next, we list all the factor pairs of the constant term 10, which are 1 and 10, 2 and 5, -1 and -10 and -2 and -5. Our aim is to find the pair, which when combined gives the middle term coefficient, which is positive 9. However, because one of our x terms has a coefficient of 2, we must multiply one of the numbers in each factor pair by 2 before adding them together. For example, testing the pair 1 and 10, we could do 2 times 1 plus 10, which equals 12, or 1 plus 2 times 10, which equals 22, and neither is the 9 we want. Moving on to the pair 2 and 5, we find that 2 times 2 plus 5 equals 9, which works perfectly. Since it was the first number of the pair that was multiplied by 2, we place that number 2 in the second bracket to ensure it is multiplied by the 2x term when expanded, and place the 5 in the other bracket. Expanding 2x plus 5 and x plus 2 confirms that it equals 2x squared plus 9x plus 10, so the factorization is correct. Now for the second example, let us factorize 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. We write two brackets again, one starting with 3x and the other with x because these multiply to give 3x squared. Then we list all factor pairs of -8, which are positive 1 and -8, -1, and positive 8, positive 2, and -4, and -2, and positive 4. We check each pair by multiplying one number by 3, then adding the other. The first pair gives -5 and -23, so it does not work. The second pair gives 5 and 23, so again no match. The third pair gives 2 and -10, which is close, but has the wrong sign. The final pair -2 and 4 works if we multiply the 4 by 3, giving -2 plus 12, which equals 10. Therefore, we put the 4 in the bracket with 3x and the -2 in the other bracket. Expanding gives 3x squared plus 10x minus 8, confirming our answer. Sometimes the correct factor pair appears early, but other times, as in this case, it may be the last pair you try, which means the process can take longer. With practice, however, you'll develop an instinct for which factor pairs to test first, saving time. That completes this lesson, and I hope this detailed walkthrough has shown you not only how to perform the steps but also why each decision is made, so you can confidently apply the method to any quadratic of this form.